WVTC Radio Detroit. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, X, and our website, www.wvtcdetroit.com, or download our WVTC app from the Play Store for Android users and the App Store for iPhone users.
You're building the empire,
and we'll help you protect it.
Because even the most powerful women
still have trust issues.
Hey, welcome back to another exciting episode of Trust Issues. Yes, listen, this has been an exciting journey. What you think?
It has been. I've been so excited about the material that we're covering and just this interaction and engagement. It's been a great ride so far.
Yeah. It's definitely called, I know what we do in our lives professionally and everything. We're always trying to, where rubber meets the road, make it applicable. We're sitting at dinner, we're giving people advice. And so we decided to bring all of our good stuff and bring it together. But now I think we're getting ready to switch it up.
We're going to switch it up?
We're going to switch it up?
Okay.
All right. So I am one of your hosts. I'm here with my sister. I'm one of your hosts, Erica Hall of EH Wealth Advisors, here with my sister.
Yes. I am your co-host, attorney Urena Ricks Johnson of Ricks & Associates, PLLC.
Yes. And we're here to give you all of the tea, the insights, everything that can help you. You're building the empire, and we want to help you
protect it.
Protect it, yes. So this is the podcast where money meets mindset, legal meets legacy, and power meets protection. Today we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna do something a little different. And I think is relevant and timely. We're calling this one the Big Bill Breakdown.
Yes.
Is it a blessing
or a burden?
They call it the Big Beautiful Bill, but we're gonna
break it down. Okay, all right. We're going to talk about it. Today we're launching something brand new, the Big Bill Breakdown. No fluff.
Yeah.
No fear. We're going to talk about it all.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Just the facts to make the Big Beautiful Bill work for your empire. Because it can work for you.
Yeah, I think so. I think that when this is the legal tax code that is going to affect every area of our lives. There's nothing that will go untouched, and we all will be affected by it. So we should not only know what it says, and it shouldn't just be word on the street, right? Mm-hmm. It should be how do we leverage these things, take advantage of it, and then what I'm also feeling in my heart is how do we help one another so that people don't fall off. Right, fall by the wayside. If I can help somebody get some volunteer hours to qualify for Medicaid, if I can help somebody, with my business, help somebody start a business so they can qualify for some of these tax credits. That's what I want to do.
Yes, so, and I think that's and it provides opportunity. You know, with new legislation, I know it can be scary and it can be a trying time because a lot of times people are just like, I don't understand all of this, but we're going to help you with that. And then we're going to try to give you some tactical examples. We're going to try to help you throughout this just so you can make informed, educated, and guess what? Trusted decisions, right?
Yes. I love that. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna break it down because this tax code has some major money moves inside, and over the next few episodes, we're gonna walk you through all the components as much as we can so that you can make those informed decisions and leverage those opportunities and not succumb to like pitfalls, making sure that whoever's doing your taxes, whoever's doing your projected planning going into how you're setting things up, we want to make sure that you're informed so you make sure that they're informed. That's so important.
That's so important. And I know it can be thousands of pages, and I know as attorneys we read those pages, right? And we've been taught how to interpret them, but today we're going to help you, and throughout these series we're going to help you. We're going to break it down. We're going to just make it simple. And I know we talk about, even in the legal world, making things simple, practical application of the law.
Right.
So today we are going to try to help you with certain parts of it that's definitely applicable to the everyday person.
Yeah.
A lot of times we think about it, the law, and why did they put this in there, or why did they not put this in there? But it's going to affect you, whether it's good or bad. It's going to affect you.
Right. And I think most of us are like, our approach is with them. What's in it for me? Or how is it going to affect me? And so we want to look at it on all those different levels, because it can affect your rent. It can affect your retirement, your business, your credit score, your student loans.
That's
oh my goodness,
that's important.
Yeah, and so you're in the right place. So we want to make sure that it's going to take us a few episodes. It's going to take us a while. We're going to even bring in some experts to help us.
To talk about it.
To talk about it from the real estate perspective, from a CPA's perspective, even from the church's perspective.
Right.
No one will go. Matter of fact, when they do the tax code, because I know one of the areas is like adjusting the or making permanent some of those tax rates. There is no one that is left out of that bracket.
You're right. It covers the gamut, of income, covers the gamut of withholdings. All of that is covered in this, to make a determination on where you fit. You fit, but where do you fit?
There's even language in there for homeless people.
Yes.
Like,
that's why we said the gamut. So, even if you don't necessarily have a place to go, there's still something in this bill that was targeted for you.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. We're going to talk about housing credits that could put thousands back into your pocket when you buy. We're going to talk about the healthcare reform that might make health coverage cheaper or more expensive depending on your income tax bracket. There is like rates that we need to follow and to know before going into open enrollment season in October, right?
Yes.
The tax bracket changes, so we know that they're going to make those the 2017 Jobs Act, it's going to make it permanent.
Right.
It's going to make it permanent.
And what does that mean? So we
what does it mean
for
those who are in those different levels? There's some small business incentives in there that we're going to talk about that could jumpstart your growth if you know how to qualify. And so if you've been thinking about starting a business and you have an idea, we talked about it at our workshop. Now's the time to get those documents in place and all of that. What you think?
I think that this is important, and we are not. I know this could be very overwhelming. That's reason why we're going to try to break this down in some episodes.
Yeah.
But we're not going to sugarcoat it. This is definitely a historical moment. It's a moment in time where we have a bill that's covering a lot of different things, good or bad, whatever you think about the current administration or not, or who's currently in Congress.
Right.
There are things that are here that have been advocated for that covers the gamut of people.
Yeah.
So making sure that everyone is informed. If you want to be informed about what the bill encompasses,
right,
or not, we want to help you with those things. Example like the housing credit. So sounds amazing, but it only applies if you meet specific income, property rules, and you have your paperwork right.
Yeah.
So it could be definitely be a benefit, and small business grants. I know we're small businesses, right?
Definitely could use a grant.
So definitely could use a grant.
Yes.
And those opportunities. But what do we need to do to make sure our paperwork is in order so that way our business will be chosen?
Right. Yeah.
There's a formula to a lot of these things.
Yeah.
And we want to help you, but the formula people don't understand when you think about, okay, well, why are all these guidelines here? The guidelines are there because they're in the bill because they want to make sure that if everyone meets those guidelines, that the funding is there.
Oh,
it's just making sure that you meet those guidelines in order to receive it.
You know what? You just broke it down, because this is the breakdown. You just broke it down because that is the key. So my biggest qualm about coming into business and learning what's what, learning the how to cross every T and dot every I, is the frustration of just that word of mouth information that passes from person to person. And so people get frustrated when they don't qualify for something, but you gotta make sure that you complete all of the requirements in order to continue to get your SNAP, your assistance.
Yes, and it's still there. It's just that they've made additional requirements for it.
That's
good or
the biggest part.
or whether we agree with it or not, it's here.
Yeah.
So how do we use it towards our benefit?
How do we leverage that so we can still take advantage of all the benefits that are there? We got to make sure that we stay informed, that we know what's required.
Definitely.
And now I think what it is, you have to qualify in more often.
More often, I believe it used to be a yearly, and now it's like every 6 months.
Yeah.
And I've talked to individuals that work within those agencies.
Yeah.
And they are kind of hit and miss on whether they agree with it or not.
Right.
But I think you have people that are poised to help and assist if you have to qualify every 6 months as opposed to a year.
Yeah. I mean, I want to give a shout out to, because I know a couple of our sisters, our sorors who are in that field, and they have the heart. They talk about how they love helping people. They love trying to make sure that people get access to what's available for them. People have need. And so there are a lot of provisions in here that are just going to tell us that we got to just change the way we move. We got to move a little differently. And I want to put some fire to that, right?
Just do it.
Yeah. So I promise you, if you watch this series, you stick with us, you're going to walk away with a better understanding of what's in the bill. There's something in there that's going to apply to you or somebody that you know, and you'll be more informed to be able to help them. It'll help you when it comes to maybe you're looking at purchasing a home. Maybe you're looking at selling your home. When is the right time? I mean, there are different things that are going to be available for you to leverage, and we want to even have people with some contacts, some resources that can help you fill out the documents, prepare the applications, making sure that your timing, we keep you up on dates,
right? Because that's important.
Yeah,
that can disqualify a lot of people, and that's why the bill is so detailed, because it gives that information.
Yeah.
And for you to understand that those things are not arbitrarily done or just done out the wind. Like the agency just doesn't want to give you every 6 months to do this. They're being mandated by this law.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there are individuals, like we talked about, that are willing to help and to assist. And if we can provide those resources, we definitely want to be able to do that as well.
Yeah. I think this is going to have far-reaching implications. Not only just because of all the different areas of our lives that it's going to affect, but because of the influence that we have and the organizations that we are a part of, right?
That's true.
This is one of those situations where everyone is going to have to step up and do their part. Everyone, every organization, every nonprofit, every government, state organization, all of the private foundations, private citizens. If you find yourself in a position to help someone, we all are going to have to do our part, sharing the information. And because we are associated with the church, I know when I think about the members of our congregation, many of them are going to need some guidance. And so it has to be one of those things that it becomes a part of our programming. It becomes a part of the things that we address on a regular basis, because we can't allow anyone to fall by the wayside. I mean, we're talking about 1.4 million people who are on food assistance, and now it's estimated that a very large percent of them will lose these benefits. And not only that, but they're moving the burden from the federal government to the state, not only to regulate it but to fund it. And some states don't have the funds or won't have the funds. I was reading that some of the food, like Gleaners, some of those food pantries were saying that for every one meal they provide, SNAP provides 9 meals for every one meal they provide for families. And so that's going to be drastically reduced. So we have to pay attention.
We do.
That's why we're doing this. That's why we have to address this. It's so important. I think it's our responsibility. I feel accountable.
I believe so too. Yes. Yeah. And then like you said, the households, and even with the Michigan, I have a 11-year-old son, and we get notification of the the free lunch and the things that are happening. And I know a lot of households, they depend upon those things. And we even received this before school starts. Basically, they're saying that the state of Michigan has not decided yet on whether students will receive free lunch and free breakfast.
Wow. And
for households where that's important, it's August.
Yeah.
They start school in September.
Right.
So not knowing if you're going to have to provide those things for your child or not can be a huge burden for individuals and their household. Yeah. And with us not knowing at this point on whether the Michigan legislature will pass the bill again to allow for the children to receive that simple things as food. Yeah. Because some individuals, some households, that's their major meal.
That is their right. That's how they eat.
That's how they eat is through these programs.
Right.
And just because it may not be applicable to me doesn't mean that we don't need to be concerned about this.
Yeah.
When I saw the email, even though it was not a concern for me, it was a concern for me.
It is a concern.
Because it was to the forefront of, what do you mean you don't know yet?
Yeah.
Right. I'm just like, if people are dependent upon this, why is it that we have not made this decision prior to students? We're in the middle of back to school. I'm in the middle of back to school shopping.
Right.
I'm in the middle of getting things together for my child to go back to school. But you have individuals that is top on their list of, okay, in addition to providing these school supplies, in addition to providing the things they need for back to school, are they going to be able to eat at school?
Yeah, yeah. And it's coming, as you talk about timing. You were saying this the other day when we were chatting about this timing, because we will be going to the polls, right?
Yes.
We'll be going to the polls soon, and the voting that we'll do on our legislative level, local,
in 2026
is going to affect those Congress folks will be the ones who will be making a decision on how Michigan is going to apply its laws to this new
bill. This new bill. And it's going to be very important, depending upon what happens, even like I said, for this school year, on how we vote in 2026. Well, it should be in our forefront, because if things are now given to the state level and the state has the budget to do so now, to increase benefits or to do things, and they're withholding those things, are those the people that you really want to reelect?
No.
Or do you want to? But then in that turn, you can really say at that point that you have the power.
Yeah. It is your vote is your voice. Mm-hmm. And so we definitely want to make sure that we make our intentions and our needs known, and it gives us an opportunity to participate in it. The other thing that you were talking about, I want you to elaborate, because I'm glad you pointed this out. You talked about how you said, Erica, do you know why? Because some of these tax code changes are permanent, and some of them are temporary, like the tips.
Yes.
The no tax on tips and that's tax temporary. On overtime is temporary. And so it feels like, that's a great benefit.
Right.
But they expire in 2028.
Correct, right?
Yes.
And so what happens in 2028? It's an election year.
Yeah.
For our major offices, right?
Every 2026 and 2028.
Right. So at this point, if we are looking at it from that perspective, if I want to make a strategic move, I would have it expire right at that time or before that time. So the campaign would be to keep me in office,
put me back in office,
so I can continue this on for you.
So
don't you see what I have done for you?
Right. Yeah.
And don't you want it to continue?
Isn't that something?
So in turn, you will reelect me.
Wow.
So why do we do things long term as opposed
playing
to
with my access to health care?
Because it could be a loss, because the benefit is still needed. It's still needed.
Yeah.
So we have to be mindful of those things. We have to be mindful of the fact that what are we promoting and what's the agenda behind it?
Yeah.
Good or bad, and like I said, that's why we are hitting this from every angle. For households, how to maximize your benefits without losing eligibility for existing programs.
Right.
We're going to talk about the right now. And then if you like it or don't like it, let's talk about what we're going to do in order to either keep it going, change it. What do we need to do, right?
Yeah.
For business owners, which credits and deductions are worth chasing and which are just red tape in disguise? A lot of these, they are benefits, but does your business want to go through all of that process in order to get that benefit, or is it not worth it? We're going to talk about those things as well.
Yeah. For
investors, we have a lot of people that are investors, where the funding streams are headed so that you can pivot before the market catches on.
Yeah.
Right. So from an investor perspective, we want to try to show you how to be strategic with your investments.
Definitely, because it there's a cycle, there's a trend, but excuse me, regulation helps to determine how the market's going to price it in.
Right.
And so when new regulation comes along, the market does something reactive in pricing that new law in. And so now we have in 2025, so when we file our 2025 taxes next year, that's when we're going to start seeing some of these codes apply.
We are.
So we've already mapped out some of the bill's biggest money trails. We know that it's going to be large scale with the infrastructure, with energy, with.
So if you're in those industries, just know that this may be a great opportunity.
Right.
Or you're thinking about getting into those in the green energy and infrastructure contracts are specifically accounted for in this bill.
Right. You know, there's even a deduction that families who may get SNAP benefits, they even get a utility deduction. And I read that that's being, a portion of that is being taken away. And so we want to make sure that when you file, you're making sure that you're taking advantage of all the credits.
Before it's gone.
Yeah, that are coming to you.
Or if it's going to happen, knowing what you need to do for the following year.
Yeah.
So we not only want you to know what's happening now, but what's happening in the future under this bill, because the bill is not just for right now.
Oh, no.
The bill is meant to be perpetual in some instances, or if you know you have a specific time frame. If I know I have it to 2027 to benefit from this, how can I maximize that?
Exactly. You want to start making those changes now, because if you know what the law is, it's going to help you maneuver throughout the year.
Right.
So I want to make sure that you get your pen and paper, you pause, you take
iPad,
notes. Whatever it is that we say pen and paper, but whatever you take notes, but take some notes.
Yes.
Follow us on the podcast. Make sure that you hit the notification bell. Trust Issues Podcast. And also you can go to Reddit if you want to ask some questions and send questions for Urena and I to address here on the show. We'll gladly include you. It can be anonymous. It doesn't have to include your name, but send us your questions. You can do it at our Trust Issues EU on Instagram.
Yes.
You can make sure you follow us on YouTube, and make sure you also check us out on Facebook. All of our platforms.
Trust Issues EU on Facebook as well.
Yep. Trust Issues EU on Facebook as well. Oh, and Reddit. Yep,
and
on Reddit. You can Trust Issues Podcast. You can send us your questions on there as well. So make sure you follow us. Get all the information before the next episode drops.
Okay.
A couple things we want you to do. We want you to pull your last 2 years of tax returns. Excuse me. Last 2 years of tax returns.
Yes.
All right. We want you to check your credit score and clean up anything that you can.
Yes.
All right. We want you to make a list of your income sources and expenses, both personal and business. And then we want you to identify, as you were just saying, any major purchases or investments or money moves you've been putting off, because this bill could change your timing.
Yes, that's so true.
Yeah.
And if you don't have an estate plan or updated business structure, start the conversation now. Those things are very important to have and have them in place, because we want to build during this time of this bill. We want to build on what you have. We want to create it, and then we want to build from there, right? The earlier you adapt, the better positioned you can be.
Yeah.
to take advantage of some of these things. And I love it when you said like pull your tax returns and credit score and knowing how to clean those things up, and just knowing that those are some of these things you could do on your own. Did you know that you can actually go into the credit bureau agencies, the 3 agencies, and dispute things on your credit on your own.
Yes.
Right? You don't really have to hire anyone or do anything. These are things that you could be proactive in doing those things. And if the credit agencies, if the agencies don't respond to those disputes, then those things come off.
They have to be removed.
So those are things that can help you to clean up your credit, so that way you can take advantage of some of these things that are happening.
Yeah, I see people who will hire people to help them clean up their credit. And I mean, it's okay.
If you pay them for time. If you don't have time to do it, if you're paying them for time.
For time. But for knowledge, knowledge of knowing how to do it
right.
is priceless. So, that's my little 2 cents on. So look, we just opened the box today.
We did.
Right? Over the next few episodes, we're gonna break it down. The big bill breakdown. Say that 3 times. The big bill breakdown. Big bill breakdown. Yes, we're unpacking all the pieces. Excuse me, from student loan overhauls to Medicaid reform, retirement rewrites to real estate plays, what they're doing to retirement over the next 4 years. I'm gonna talk about this on the next episode as well. Over the next 4 years, people who are over 65, they get a bonus. They get a bonus for filing.
So listen up. If you're over 65, listen up.
Yeah, because there's some key things that we want to do when it comes to our retirement income to prepare or to take advantage of that.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the tax changes, the tax wins, how to access the new credits before they disappear, and how to keep more of what you earn and own.
Yeah.
If we could keep more money in your pocket or more money that you could diversify, put it in investments, and talk to my sister over here about the best ways to do that, then we are going to try to help you with those things.
Definitely. So look, I know that the big beautiful bill, most of the provisions were the permanent provisions have been set up for those who are at the top. But for those of us who are at the bottom, in the middle, or somewhere along those lines, we're going to break it down for you. So make sure you check us out. Make sure you watch the Trust Issues podcast. We have weekly drops, and we are here to give you insight into your financial prowess as well as your
legal prowess, as well as just to break down and give you legal information so you can make sound decisions. No fluff, no fear, just facts and strategies.
Yeah.
And we're going to be there with you along every step of the way in order to make sure that you can work to build your empire.
Yeah, build your empire, and we'll help you protect it. All right, we're going to sign off. This is Erica Hall
and Urena Ricks Johnson.
And we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Hey, my name is Joe Smith. I'm a filmmaker here in Detroit, and I watch WVTC and listen. Watch and listen. You got the eyes and ears, both.
Okay.
You ain't changing your mind now, have you?
We're about to be one big happy family.
I'm just hoping I can trust you to return my love.
I mean, as much as I know how to love.
Did you sleep with them?
No! This is toxic.
Don't become the thing that hurt you.
And what is that?
Bitterness.
I really needed you when Daddy died.
Girl, look, there you go with what you need. This not about you. Didn't you find God for that? I'm not here to meet your needs.
I understand that you love her. I get it. But like this, right here, this is toxic. Toxic? Man, who's you talking to like that?
And we're here at the Davidson High School for the first game of the season.
Look, I'm sorry, sir, but we will all run it for our lives.
Hope you enjoy being used, man. Man, what?
No. You better find someone else to play with, bro.
Oh, come on. You both know you ain't about to hit nothing but a high note. You better sit down.
My Bible tells me that the wages of sin is death.
That's wages, honey, not wedges.
I know what it says, Miss Sunday School teacher.
I see that one is coming to the altar.
Now is the time.
Singing and praying with my mind.
Cut!
How you gonna cut singing and praying?
This is WVTC Detroit, your award-winning gospel internet radio station. We're bringing you the best in gospel music, live shows, and inspiring interviews. Like and share our page on Facebook and YouTube. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay connected. Your support helps us spread positivity and encouragement throughout the community. So whether you download our WVTC app, visit our website at WVTCDetroit.com, or join us on Facebook or YouTube, you will stay connected and entertained. Join our WVTC Detroit listener family today and tell your friends about us. Together, we can make a difference. WVTC Detroit, where gospel meets the community. Go to your Apple or Google Play Store and download the WVTC Gospel Radio app today. You can also say, Alexa, play WVTC Radio Skills.
Would you like to play WVTC Radio Network?
Absolutely. Download it today.
You're listening to WVTC Gospel Radio Detroit, and we're flowing in the Spirit.